Snailing. Anyway.
Right.
Ready?
Yep,
All right,
I'm
cool.
ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dirty Talk, a Dirty 20 Nerd Bar podcast. My name is Jason.
My name is Zach.
And behind the cameras, as always, we have Rich Brumpton, our producer. This is Wednesday
Story
night.
of a girl.
What's that?
Nothing.
See the story of a girl?
Yes.
Yeah, she cried a river and drowned the whole world. Cool. Anyway, so tonight we're talking about some of our favorite childhood board games, I think, is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in front of us we have a lot of board games that are fun for families, kids.
That are all here at the bar that you can play with your family.
Exactly. And I think one of the questions I get one question I get a lot, and I get this a lot. I don't know if I said a lot.
What's the one question you get a lot?
The one question I get a lot is, can I bring my kids to Dirty 20 Bar? And if I had to go back in time and change the name of the bar, I would probably change it to like Bar and Restaurant or something similar. Because
it's a pretty generic name, Bar and Restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, it could work.
It could. So like when we created Dirty 20 Nerd Bar, it flowed. You know, because Hot Shots is, you know, like when it was Hot Shots, it was Hot Shots Sports Bar, and so we were trying to come up with a name that kind of like flowed with that. So Nerd Bar just kind of popped out, but because we call ourselves a nerd bar, people a lot of the times think that we are specifically a bar, and we're not. We're a full scale restaurant with full service and a full menu as well.
Then you say bar and grill, and people think you're an Applebee's.
Yeah, exactly. So we're kind of trying to just show that we're a family-friendly place. It's kind of the goal that we're going for recently. So these are some of the games that are available in our catalog, and we'll get to those in just a few minutes. But before we do, we have a few things to talk about. First of all, tonight was D&D night. Rich, you had a really fun game.
Yep, end of campaign, level 20, Vecna Eve of Ruin, finally done. We started back in April, May, somewhere in there.
That's very cool. And what's your plan for going forward?
Well, we're going to do, our table, we're going to do a test run of Daggerheart that I don't have to DM.
Cool.
And then beyond that, there's some question marks as to what we're going to do next. But I'm going to talk with you about maybe joining the house campaign. I've also got some other ideas that we might pursue. Yeah.
Cool. You know, we were actually just, our house campaign is getting up to be about 30, 35 people sometimes. And our tables are like 10, 15 people deep sometimes. So having a fourth DM might not be a bad idea. So to be fair,
I have an automatic table, so yeah.
I was going to say, your table also has like 6 to 8 people on a regular basis.
Yep. And we actually stream it live. Well, not live, recorded on the internet. So currently,
where can we check that out if we wanted to watch that?
So currently, Mid-American Viking, all one word, on YouTube. But we're going to be relaunching soon as RPG Night, NITE.
Oh, very cool. And so Rich records his game using 360 camera, right? And post it online. So if you wanted to check it out, I would definitely recommend going to his page and following that. As far as I know, I haven't actually played a game with you yet, but I've heard great things about his DMing style. And you usually do an Adventure League style game because you also DM at game night on Tuesdays.
Yep. So I was doing the same campaign at the same time in 2 places, which is half the prep, obviously. So very good idea. This was our third 10-level pursuit that we've done since Dirty 20 opened. So
very cool. Yeah, you did this one. You did Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and we also did one based in Eberron that was from DM's Guild. It was a lot of fun.
I do love Eberron. Eberron is really fun. Have you ever gotten much into Eberron?
No.
It's kind of like a steampunk style.
I like to call it Arcanopunk.
Arcanopunk, yeah.
So there's a lot of low-level magic around, not a lot of big high wizards. There are wand slingers with long trench coats and 90-degree curved wands that will whip them out and shoot firebolt at you. There's a lot of cool flavor. This is the origin of the Warforged, race.
Okay.
The Kalistar as well, right?
Kalistar as well. Artificers are originally from Eberron. There's been a setting since 3.5, and it was actually a fan favorite voted to be developed.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's been receiving updates in 5.0. There's a new one coming out, I believe, sometime early next year.
For 2024
Yep,
rules?
2024 rules, updates to things that needed to be fixed, hopefully. We'll see.
Have you explored much in 2024?
Not much at all.
I need to get the 2024 rules because half my players at my table play in 2024 rules, and they're constantly pulling things out, and they're like, "I'm going to do this," and I'm like, "That doesn't sound right." And then everybody else is like, "No, that's 2024 rules."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and you really should, for the backward compatibility aspect, if you run 2024 rules at the table, people could bring 2014 characters or subclasses, and it's built to work properly. Not so much the other way.
So if I'm running 2014 rules as a DM,
right? That's not as awesome for your experience. Yeah.
So like one of the biggest problems in 5e is action economy,
Mm-hmm.
and I have noticed that in 2024 the players get more actions.
To a degree, Nick
yeah.
is the most common one that you probably run into with light
What is
weapons. The Nick property.
Yes, yeah.
On scimitars or
Well,
daggers.
A lot of the have you played Baldur's Gate much? Have you played Baldur's Gate much?
Yeah.
A lot of those bonus action style actions in Baldur's Gate you
kind
find
of meets in the middle with where Baldur's Gate is, because Baldur's Gate is way liberal. You
unless
get
it's
extra bonus actions and extra actions for things that are whole.
Yeah.
And yeah, now
unless it's invisibility, and then it's not liberal at all.
Mm-hmm. True.
I hate the invisibility rule in Baldur's Gate. I will die on that hill.
Baldur's Gate, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything. Nothing.
Yeah, 2024 rules, when you succeed at hiding or you are in darkness, you technically have the invisible condition as far as for resolving things that may involve invisibility, which automatically handles things like advantage when you attack somebody who can't see you.
Yeah. Well, that was in 2014, I want to say.
It wasn't that kind of language. It was more that they explicitly had to spell out the advantage on attacking from hidden and attacking from darkness and some of that stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I think when we start a new house campaign, Aaron's actually been working on a new setting for our house campaign once we finish this one, because the problem is that once you add a lot of a lot of players to a campaign that is running, at some point it's just like, and then you run into this person in the middle of this open field or in the middle of whatever it is you're doing, and it kind of gets difficult to. I don't want to say difficult because people tend to be very accommodating with that kind of thing. But at some point, it's like, okay, we've got this many new players. Let's give them a fresh start. So we're looking at kind of wrapping up this campaign and moving into something a little bit more West Marches style, where they will be in a city, and that way the adventures take place within the confines of the city, and then players can kind of pick and choose which adventures they want to go on, as opposed to traveling completely across the country and then getting stuck over there with the table that they're in. And then whenever a DM doesn't show up for the day or is sick or whatever, having to figure out how they fit into another table somewhere along the line. If they're all in one place all at the same time, it's easier to narrate that. So I think when that happens, I'm going to have to get the 2024 rules, because they are, I don't want to say they're so different, but they're different enough that I need to know.
They are.
Yeah.
Yep. And I also would highly recommend buying the DM screen. It's been a big help, and it's almost 100% relevant now versus.
I have a very cool DM screen. I don't know if you've seen my DM screen. It's like a painted stained wood DM screen with magnetic bars between the two of them.
You can always grab screenshots of what it looks like or something.
And then it has a magnetic area. Well, it has metal areas that you can post like notes like that onto it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so cool. My DM screen is very cool. I haven't gone there yet. What's that?
I haven't gone there yet. All the electronics I haul around are heavy enough.
That's fair. No, I got this as a gift a few years ago. This is a very cool screen. Yeah, so D&D night every Wednesday night. come join us if you want to. We start at around 6 o'clock. I think today we got started at 6:30 because there was a lot of stuff to cover. If you need to build a character or haven't played D&D much at all, I would definitely recommend getting here at 5:30. There's plenty of people that will help you build a character, kind of introduce you to D&D, get you all set up. So between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, come join us for D&D night every Wednesday night. Besides that, we also have trivia every Tuesday night. That's absolutely fantastic. And we've been trying to do.
Now?
What's that?
Every Tuesday now?
Every Tuesday. It's always been every Tuesday. We've had themed trivia nights.
I'm thinking of the karaoke.
Oh, karaoke. Karaoke is every third Saturday.
Okay.
But trivia is every Tuesday. We do themed trivia. That's where the video game trivia and the Taylor Swift. That's where those big ones came into play, and we talked about those. But every Tuesday we do a trivia night. That's always fun. One of our close friends, Kevin and Victoria, they run the trivia night. They've been doing a great job almost since we opened.
Mm-hmm.
They're absolutely fantastic. So Tuesday nights, trivia nights, that starts at 7 p.m. Yes, 7 p.m. And then, like Rich said, third Saturday is karaoke night. And we've been, if you don't know, are you familiar with Critical Role? I ask Zach as they yawn. Are you familiar with Critical Role?
Yes, I'm familiar.
So they just started their fourth campaign 3 weeks ago now. This is their third week playing.
This will be their fourth.
Tomorrow will be the fourth week.
Yep.
Tomorrow for us.
Yep.
A few days ago for you guys will be the fourth day playing, and we've been trying to do a watch party. We had a pretty good showing last week.
Yeah, we had a nice core group that showed up, and
and
hopefully we're going to have a few more this time.
I know at least one person that's planning on showing up this week, and I don't know if your people were planning on showing back up.
Yeah, I'm definitely here. Hopefully some friends of mine.
So if you're interested in the Critical Role Campaign 4 and want to join some fellow nerds who are interested in the same thing, join us on Thursday nights for the watch party starting at 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, for a watch party for Critical Role.
And at least the last couple of weeks, we've actually used a Beacon subscription and played it at 1.25x. So our 5-hour episode last week, we actually watched in about 4.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option. But no, Critical Role, absolutely fantastic. Lots of great people. It seems like a lot. I got to watch the first episode. And I haven't really watched since then. What do you think? What do you think of the campaign for
it's
so
coming
far?
together. There's a lot of characters to get to know, a lot of different perspectives. We saw the first table branch off this last week. So there's going to be 3 groups of people that are playing together.
It's like the soldiers.
Yep, the soldiers broke off last time.
Then
headed out of town. And
Okay.
now we've got the, I can't remember the other 2 either, unfortunately. But we've got this, I think, schemers.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And we've got another scholars, maybe? Something like that.
That sounds right.
I can't quite remember that.
But there's going to be basically...
That was before it launched. They don't say this in the show.
Yeah. There's going to be 3 core groups, and it's going to be a West Marches style.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is kind of the style that we wanted to run with our house campaign originally, where basically the 3 groups are all in the same world, affecting the same story, but kind of chasing different threads here and there. And so there's like 13 or 14 characters. 13 player characters. Not all going to be at the same table at the same time. But it sounds like a lot of fun. I think Brennan Lee Mulligan is a great DM. A little more chaotic than Matt Mercer.
Oh, yes.
But I think that his chaos is going to bring in a different element to the table that it's going to create some fun dynamic on the table. So that's Thursday nights. If you want to join some fellow nerds and watch Critical Role, join us on Thursday night starting at 9 p.m. And then what else we got? This coming Friday. Friday is Halloween. What, you got any plans for Halloween?
I'll be here.
You'll be here?
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So yeah, we got some great things happening on Friday night. We have a D&D one-shot. We have a costume contest that you can participate in. We're securing some live music, so that'll be a lot of fun. So we're just planning on having basically a huge party on Halloween this coming Friday. So join us. If you want to hop in the Halloween one shot, make sure you message us so that we know that you're coming and we can save a spot for you on the table. But yeah, we're just planning on having a great time and enjoying the spooky season with some of our fellow nerds. And if you want to join in the Halloween costume contest, that can be a lot of fun as well. So check it out. Follow us on socials if you want more information about that. But that's bound to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. Cool. Cool. So Zach, growing up, we played a lot of games.
We certainly did.
Yeah. What were some of your favorite games as a kid?
Oh, man. There sure are a lot of them.
There's a lot of, yeah.
So one that I wanted to bring up pretty immediately was Spoons, because it's one that we both were very familiar with growing up.
Spoons is a great game. Now, do you want to kind of give a quick description on what Spoons is?
So for anyone who doesn't know, Spoons is a game where someone starts with a deck of cards and you all sit in a circle and everybody has 4 cards in their hand and you pass one card along from the deck just as you go, and you can swap out your card for the card that you've taken anytime you want. And the goal is to get 4 cards that are the same. And once you do that, you can put your hand down and grab a spoon. Once one person grabs a spoon, then anybody else can also grab a spoon. There's one less spoon than there is people, and so one person is always left out.
So it's like musical chairs, except with a game of cards.
Yes.
Instead. This game, I played this a lot as a kid. And I don't know, like it can get very violent.
It can
depending on the people you played it with.
I don't know if you remember this. I took your mom down to the ground in the kitchen over a game of Spoons.
Whose kitchen?
Your kitchen.
My kitchen? No, I don't remember this. That's fantastic.
So me and Ashley were staying the night at your guys' place, and we played a game of Spoons, and I was wrestling your mom, and I pushed her out of her chair to the floor in the kitchen. And I got it. I got the spoon. I won.
I do not remember this at all. At all.
It's a very visceral memory for me.
How old were we?
I don't remember.
Oh, do you remember which house it was at all?
I remember that so we were sitting at a table, and there was a stairway to the basement to our right, I believe, next to the kitchen.
Probably down in Peevely then. Yeah, no, I would imagine this was down in Peevely. Yeah, no, I don't remember a whole lot from that era, but that is wild and fantastic. So like you're basically racing towards the middle for all the spoons. And if 2 people get the spoon at the same time, there's like always this power struggle to claim the spoon.
There'll be like indents in your hand.
Yeah, or the spoon is like wrapped around your hand at some point.
No ruined spoon playing this game.
Spoons was such a fun game to play.
Was.
The last time I played Spoons was with a friend of mine, and I think it was their dad, hopped across the table, landed on the table, and it collapsed. And like I had a cut in my leg from where the table landed on my leg because it collapsed under their weight.
There have been a couple card tables destroyed by this game. I've played it.
Spoons is a great game if you have a sturdy table to play on. If you don't have a sturdy table to play, or if you're on the floor or something like that. I do not recommend playing this on a. But it's a lot of fun.
It is.
I played that a lot as a kid. My mom always talked about. I think it was Uncle. I want to say it was Uncle Jay. Would when they were playing Spoons would get the set and then just quietly grab the spoon and put it in front of him. And then just keep playing as if nothing had happened until somebody noticed that he has a spoon sitting in front of him. And then it would just be a wild, like, and I always strove to be that kind of like subtle. Never happened. Never happened.
It's so hard to do.
Yeah. Cause everybody's watching you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's eagle-eyed. I never noticed like how you would even be able to do that, but some people could do that.
Yeah, no, and like there were times where when I was playing this game, I wouldn't even paying attention to what I'm drawing and throwing aside. I'm just watching the spoons.
At some point, you do just give up. You're like, I'm not getting it. I'm just gonna get the spoon.
Oh man, Spoons is a crazy game, and that's the kind of game you just need a deck of cards for and a set of spoons that you're willing to have destroyed. To be perfectly honest,
completely warped.
Yeah, and if you're willing to have like cuts in your hand and
Break a
Spoon.
table.
Yeah, break a table. It's perfectly. Oh man, Spoons is a great game. I wish I remembered you tackling my mom to the ground. That's a sight I wish I could remember. Oh no. I'm just trying to, because my mom is smaller than you. Like,
Yeah.
she is a tiny human being.
No, I remember being kind of surprised that it was so easy to just shove her around. I think I was like getting to that age where you're starting to actually overpower some adults in your life.
Oh no. Oh, that's wild. Oh god, I wish I could remember that. No, Spoons was a great game. I love Spoons. I think one of the games I remember playing a lot as a kid was Battleship.
Okay, yeah.
But it wasn't it was my sister and I had an electronic version of Battleship.
Yep.
Did you have that one?
We didn't have that one, but I've seen that one.
So bougie.
Yes.
What's that? It is. And like there was a book where you had a list of different setups that you could do, and you had to like type in the different setup that you had, and then place your ships accordingly, and then like
kept you from cheating.
Yeah. And then you had to like type in which I'm going for A12, and it would be, and there's like a whole sound effect. As it hits the water, or it would have a different sound effect for if it hit the ship. But I played that a lot as a kid. Did you ever, when you played Battleship, obviously when you didn't have the electronic version that had specific setups, did you ever like think that placing all your ships right next to each other would be the smart play?
Yep. And you just got obliterated.
Yep, yeah.
Because you just get totally obliterated because they just go, oh, that doesn't make any sense. You have all your ships right there. Blah, 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 blah. They figured out so fast.
Yeah.
There's one stray shot.
Did any of you figure out you could stack the ships on top of each other?
Yes. Yes, I did. I didn't ever do that because I was always raised to like play games appropriately, so I never did that as an actual gameplay.
I was too competitive. The cheating made it like feel worse, and so I need the win.
I actually pulled that one on my brother a couple of times. First time it worked perfectly. Second time, he lucky shot hit the ship the first round. 6 rounds later, I'm done. Because he sank all my ships at the same time.
Because we're all stacked up on top of each
so
other.
Faster than you should theoretically be able to finish the game, it was over.
How does that work though? Because like they're all stacked up on top of each other. So like, does that just mean that
we
when
did
you
cartoon physics? It went all the way through.
Oh, okay, cool, gotcha. No, definitely didn't do anything like that.
Left a person-shaped hole in the bottom of the ship.
I do think I tried to like put one slightly off the board at one point. Or like the battleship that's 4 pieces long, like you would put 3 pieces on the board and one that was off the board. I do remember trying to do that at one point. I don't remember how that went.
I think there was one of them you could manage diagonally, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the variant battleship shots?
Yes.
Where
Where you have shots on the board.
So this is like a sanctioned version. So there's a shots one where you actually drink. But there's a children's game called Battleship Shots.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you have a little catapult with the balls and you shoot it over a wall to the other side to try and hit their ship.
No.
That would have been fun.
That would be.
It looks really fun.
No, that sounds like fun. I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah.
When did this come out?
That one, I didn't actually look that one up. I think it was in like the 2010s. It was like a more recent one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds like super fun.
And the last thing I've written for Battleship, I didn't realize that Battleship movie in 2012 was made by like Hasbro or whatever, like whoever makes that, like it was made by them, like it's their property.
I thought the Battleship movie was decent.
It's surprisingly not horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna
You
have
expect far less going in.
it's fair, yeah. I wasn't expecting the aliens, but you know.
No, definitely wasn't expecting it to be aliens, but like at the end of the movie, like it wasn't a terrible movie. Okay, to be fair, it was a terrible movie.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it was an entertaining movie. Battleship Shots. Oh wow!
Right?
No, that looks like fun.
So it's like little magnetic balls or something? Or?
Yeah, they're little foam balls.
Little foam balls,
And
okay.
it's got like all those little balls
Velcro?
trays.
Okay.
It's not Velcro. It's a bunch of socket trays.
Oh, okay.
And then you put these little yellow ones into the tray, and those are your boats. And so you're aiming to get into them. Yeah.
That's so weird. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
No, the Battleship movie was, I think, a fair representation. Like, I think I could be wrong, but I from what I understand happened was when they did the Transformers movies back in like the early 2000s, early 2010s. They also signed a contract to do other Hasbro movies, Battleship being one of them, and they just kind of had to come up with something to represent Battleship, and that's where the Battleship movie came from.
Funny.
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't a terrible movie, but it was definitely like, you guys were stretching this a little bit.
Absolutely is. Honestly, it's so strange that they didn't make like a alien tie-in version where like one side is aliens and the other side is like the U.S. military.
As in, like that board game battle. Oh, that would be really cool. Actually,
That would have been smart. Well, except they probably saw the numbers.
I do remember seeing a video game that was a Battleship video game based off the movie, which of course is based off of a board game. So it was like Battleship, the video game,
the movie, the board game.
Oh man.
Actually, I don't know if I was thinking Miss Pac-Man might have briefly been a cartoon before she became Miss Pac-Man, but I can't remember.
That would make sense. Like you have Pac-Man, and then like they built that universe from that game, and then
I think my timeline doesn't work though now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we did have the cartoon later.
Another fun game that I played a lot as a kid, and it honestly, like, it doesn't, like, there is a game based off of this, but we played charades a lot.
Okay.
But we never played the board game itself, because let's be perfectly honest, as kids, like, the board game itself was based off of, like, 60s, 70s, 80s pop culture. So what we always did was we would write down, we would split into teams, and then we would write down pop culture stuff and put them into pieces of paper, and then the opposite team would have to draw those.
Okay.
And act those out. Did you ever play charades as a kid?
Yes.
Did you play the board game, or did you play something?
I didn't even know that there was like a dedicated board game for charades.
I also was unaware of its existence.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Charades was ad hoc in my experience.
You said what?
Charades was ad hoc in my experience.
No, there was a legitimate board game.
You made up your own rules.
No.
Yeah.
There was a legitimate board game called charades.
I don't doubt it.
Oh,
That's
wow.
insane, yeah.
That's like a...
That's so weird, though, to, like, make a game out of something that you can just do on your own.
Yeah, because, again, you can just literally write down stuff and give it to your opponents.
And the game is just acting.
I do remember one time the prompt I wrote down was, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood. And my mom and Aunt Jean hated it so much, but it was so funny. We just... Oh, that was so much fun.
When I was in high school, my senior year, we all got together every week to play charades for some reason. I guess I was in like a loser friend group, but it was a lot of fun.
Charades is fun. I do love charades.
The one that pissed everyone off the most, a meme in our friend group was just saying the Cinedigm thing. Cinedigm, a new paradigm in cinema.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, was that like it was like a movie thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
And
THX.
so someone wrote down cinema, a new Cinedigm in paradigm. And it took us like an hour to get it. It was so bad. Because everyone just kept saying the Cinedigm thing. And we were like, shut up, it's not that.
No, because there was always a time limit with the way we would do it. So, like, if you didn't get it within the time limit, then you just didn't get it. But
That would have been a smart way to do things. We just made them stand up there and suffer. So they figured it out.
Well, now we know why you guys found it fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. So before we get into some of these, what are some other like just games that didn't require actual physical games that you're? Do you have any others that like?
So one that was like based off one. Do you remember the game Cootie?
Sounds familiar.
Cooties. You roll a die and then you build a cootie out of like plastic pieces or whatever. It's like a little
Vaguely,
bug.
it sounds so familiar.
It's a weird game, but that was based off of just like a pencil and paper game where you would take a normal die, you would roll it, and then you draw the body based on what number you got, and then the head, and then the legs and the antenna. And that the guy just saw some kids playing that and was like, all right, and then made a plastic version of that, and that's how the game was born.
Wow.
That's cool.
Mm.
One game that I remember playing a lot as a kid was Encore. Do you remember Encore?
Vaguely.
Encore was a board game where it would give you a word, and you had to come up with a song that had that word in the song.
Okay, I think I may have played that like a couple times.
My family played that so much when I was a kid, and I loved playing it because I love music. Music is life. So like we would play that game all the time. Definitely got a little bit more difficult growing up and getting to more adult style music, and you're trying to like do rap songs in front of your parents, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Never mind. I'm just gonna
shut up.
I'm just gonna shut up now. But that was a fun game. That did require a board, but like that's the kind of game that you could almost play without a board. If you just have a list of words or something like that.
One game that 100% requires the entire materials that you need. Crocodile Dentist. You ever play that? No?
I'm getting Operation.
It's the hottest game of 1992. It's a crocodile. You open its mouth, and it's got all these bottom row of teeth, and you push them into the gums. And one of them, it changes every game somehow, is a trigger, and it triggers the mouth to clamp down and bite your bite your finger. And it was so popular. Bob Barker got bit by it on television on November 20th, 1983.
Was this on Price is Right?
Yes.
Oh, no.
1993. November 30th, 1993. in
the game of Price is Right.
Yes, they did it. So for the game of Price is Right, they brought the toy out as like one of those things where it's like, oh, what's the price of this? And then while they were like on commercial, they like came back, and he and the woman that Dana or something, maybe that's the other woman from anyway, one of the models that's there, he and her playing the game Crocodile Dentist, and then it bites him, and he over dramatically is like, like.
Oh, we'll have to look up that clip. That's
a good one.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played that game when I was like very young, probably like 5 years old, to the point where like I was spooked of it. I thought I was gonna like break my finger in half.
I feel like there's a similar game that I did not want to play for similar reasons to that. I do not remember what it is. If I think of it, I will let you know.
I always loved like the games where there was like a motion to it. It was like a machine of some kind, like Mousetrap.
Mousetrap, yeah, like the Rube Goldberg version of basically Rube Goldberg the game.
Exactly.
No, those were always fun.
I never actually like finished that game. I just put it together and made the Mousetrap go and then put it away.
I don't ever remember playing the game. I just remember building the Mousetrap and watching it do its thing.
I've played it a couple of times. It's probably just as much fun to just build it. But if you got a whole group of cousins or something, it moderates who's allowed to do stuff when.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
There's a game, it's not a Rube Goldberg machine, but it has moving parts kind of like that. It was called Fire Island. Okay. And it's actually had a recent re-release that I want to say it was like late teens, early 20s. Where it was re-released because it was such a popular game, and I would play this at a friend's house all the time. And basically, there was like
that looks dope.
a fireball on the top of a volcano, and you basically, and I don't remember all the aspects of this game. I just remember you're trying to climb this volcano, but you would land on certain spaces, and it would cause the ball to pop off the top of the volcano, and depending on which path it took, it might take you out and knock you all the way back down to the bottom of the volcano.
I'm looking at a picture of that board. That looks so cool.
It was a lot of fun. I remember playing it all the time.
It's called Fireball Island, The Curse of Volcar.
Did it tell you when it was re-released?
Oh, let me see here. The classic 1986 game returns in style. That was in 2019, it looks like.
Hey, I said late teens, early 20s, so I was right.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. So just looking at this, it reminds me of the exact kind of game that I wanted as a kid, where it was just like really complicated looking. It had like a mechanical board. Did you watch the movie Zathura?
No, I didn't.
In the movie Zathura, it's just Jumanji, but sci-fi. And in the game, it's like a wind-up board where you wind it up and then press a button, and it like generates a number based off a spinner, and that makes your thing, which is like bolted down like to the board on like a track, go on like a little. It forces it to go on like a chain. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing in my entire life. And I was like, I want that game so bad. And I remember seeing it at Walmart, and it's just a normal board game, of course, because a real mechanical board game that costs like $500.
Oh, yeah.
But like
very disappointing.
Just like Jumanji, like if you got the board game Jumanji,
big wooden thing.
yeah, the pieces don't move on their own.
Yeah.
Like you roll the dice and you got to move the pieces yourself. And then obviously flying monkeys don't come out of the board game.
Not most.
Very
most
disappointing.
Of the time they don't, yeah. I did know someone who got bit by a mosquito and died instantly. You know.
Wait, what?
In Jumanji, the part where the mosquito bites that guy through his windshield and drains him of all his blood.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was a wild movie. Yeah, that was a terrifying. Jumanji was such a great movie.
It was.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Oh man, that was Operation.
Yeah,
another classic.
Another classic.
Just zapping you.
I don't.
I looked into
if it's
it.
zapping you're
not zapping you.
Yeah, I was like, buzzing you. Yeah.
It buzzes you. It feels like it's zapping.
I mean, I was hoping you had a very specific malfunction in your game. That was going to be great.
No, that'd be great. It's another game that shocks you every time.
Oh man, no, Operation was fun. I didn't have the patience for that, to be perfectly honest.
We had one called "Don't Break the Ice."
I love Don't Break the Ice.
And it's great because it's all mechanical tension holding it together.
Yep.
And it varies just a little bit which one is more vulnerable. Yep.
I didn't have the guy that stands on the Don't Break the Ice.
Oh, okay.
I just had the ice in the tray. And so I didn't know how exactly you're supposed to play it. So I would just sit there and knock out the blocks.
Oh, no.
I thought that was fun.
kind of reminiscent of Jumanji. Not Jumanji, sorry, Jenga. Where, obviously with the tower that, you're trying to pull pieces out without knocking the tower over. But I didn't have the patience for... I had the patience for Jenga for some reason. But I didn't have the patience for Don't Break the Ice. Like, I don't know, just like that.
You ever played the Dread horror RPG with the Jenga tower?
No.
Basically, any action that could result in like a failure, or like some kind of major failure, you have to pull a block out of the tower, and if you knock the tower over, your character dies.
Dread horror?
Yeah. So basically, you're making it so that characters will die, and the tension builds as the tower gets like more and more lenient, and then like even like minor actions could result in your untimely death.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I always love game like RPGs where something external affects the game itself. Never did anything like that, but that concept always sounded fun to me.
I ran one of those sessions here actually one time with Lindsay and Ashley.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was a really good time.
That sounds cool. Oh, that's awesome. Jenga was fun too. Did you ever have now it's like the tumbling tower or something like that? Because obviously, trademark and whatever.
Is that what it's really called? Tumbling Tower?
Yeah, I think we have it here somewhere. It's called Tumbling Tower. But did you ever have
the top there? Yeah.
Did you have the one that had like the plastic insert?
I don't think so.
Like you built it inside the plastic and then you could just turn the box upside down and pull the box off.
So mine had it was a cardboard insert. So it was just like that, but yeah.
Okay. No, Jenga was fun. I really like Jenga.
The Jumbling Towers one too.
So many different names. We have Jenga at home.
I played the Game of Life a lot.
Game of Life, yeah.
We had the deluxe edition that had all the plastic pieces that popped out and like 3D buildings that you would slide into the board and everything.
No. Mine was just like the little pegs that you put into the 6-piece car.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love that. I looked into that one and found out that game started in 1860.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That is wild.
1860. It was a checkerboard style game, kind of like Chutes and Ladders, where you start out on one side of the board and you're attempting to get all the way to I think it's supposed to be like old age or whatever, and you get like 50 points if you actually hit old age. But there's a bunch of like really morbid things on the board. You can die of suicide in the original game.
No
of life.
way!
There is a suicide tile that just loses you the game.
That is
Which
wild.
is even
I want to play this game.
It's even worse because it's involuntary suicide.
Sorry, bud, you killed yourself.
That's wild. Wait, when did you find this out?
I looked online. I was just going through the Wikipedia page, and it had a board from the original game. And I was looking on there, and I was like, all right, here's financial failure, and like here's fame, and then I was like, suicide.
That is amazing. We gotta find a copy of that and play that. That sounds like
good.
But another one is Shoots and Ladders. Did you play Shoots and Ladders much?
Yes.
Or Snakes and
Snakes and ladders.
Yes,
Snakes and Ladders?
Snakes and Ladders. I think because I think we had the snakes.
Yeah, I don't remember which one
We
I
had
played,
shoots.
but either one, it's basically
Yeah.
the same game. That one was, I don't know, like very. I don't know that I even as a kid, I don't know that I enjoyed games where you didn't have much control
Yes, where it's just
over.
rolling something or spinning something.
Yeah. And that's it. And so I don't know that Candyland was very similar to that, where it's basically your what happens in the game is solely based on your luck
Mhm.
from the dice roll or the card draw or whatever it is. I didn't enjoy that so
And
much.
speaking of like the method of going forward, I actually want to go dial back to the Life for a minute. The
Okay.
reason there's a spinner in Life is because when it came out in the 1860s,
Hmm.
there was an aversion to dice because of its association with gambling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, that checks out.
And so it still has a spinner now. I hate that spinner so much.
I don't know. We have a version of Life that sits in the back hallway that we haven't categorized and put it on the shelf yet. But the spinner is like it was one of those games where like spin this, like
Mhm.
in the old games that you used to get off the shelves, it would have like a spin this die. So it's
Like
based-
through the top of the box.
yeah. So every time I walk by it, I'm just like,
yeah.
hey.
I loved the game of Life that I grew up with, where it had a mechanic in it for if you spun it too hard and like the wheel came off. If you were a cop, if your profession was a cop, you could catch people for like reckless driving and speeding, because if they did 2 10s or 3 10s in a row, then they were speeding and they have to pay you money for a fine.
Remember
And then if you spun it too hard and it got off, then like they had to pay you, or there was
That's
a
like-
repairman card who they had to like put it back together.
Yes. That's like a core memory unlocked right there. I do not remember that, but like you saying that made me remember that. That is wild.
And you could buy stocks on the numbers themselves. So like
Yeah.
anytime someone did a 7, you'd get money.
I didn't
Yeah.
know about that one.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I loved that game. That was good.
Life was a fun game. I don't know that I don't know that even as a kid I ever finished a game of Life.
I finished so many games of Life. I would not.
How many lives have you lived?
So many.
College or no college? That's the real question.
Oh, no college, man. You try to get that athlete card, you're done.
I think as an adult, I go college all the time just because I didn't go to college, but as an adult, I'm like, no, college makes more sense.
It's very
Takes me a little more time to get started, but
It's
you
not-
get those better
Not
pains
that
out.
much debt.
No, not at all.
Oh, man. Speaking of... Oh, God.
Well, I was going to say, then you have like all the different Parcheesi style board games. So like you see a few of them in front of us here. Sorry and Trouble is right over there.
I love
We
Trouble.
actually had one called Aggravation.
That is Pop-O-Matic trouble.
Yup. The Pop-O-Matic. I love that. That was the best part of playing
Like the
that game.
spring-loaded, like,
My
yeah.
mom would have to tell me to stop it. You'd be like, she'd be like, stop it. Please stop it.
And I thought that was just came standard with Trouble, was the pop thing in the middle.
So that was the
It may be.
identifying feature for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just push the button in the middle and you go that many spaces.
Loved that.
I didn't. So like, Sorry, I haven't played Sorry in such a long time.
Sorry is Parcheesi.
Yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
literally is.
But like,
It's the same number of spaces and everything. Although it didn't. Parcheesi doesn't have the slides.
Right.
There you go.
So there's actually a newer version of Sorry. So like in this is the original version right
Yeah,
here.
that's
with
a
the
classic
slides,
version.
right? This is a classic version. There's a newer version of Sorry that I played more recently with a friend of mine and her kid. Like the slides have different colors. So like if your color doesn't match the slide, you don't get to slide on that particular slide.
At least slides are different colors.
Yeah, I think
But it
I thought that was already the rule.
Yeah, I thought it was standard.
so like if you're green, you can only slide on the green slide.
That's what I thought.
Is that real? Oh, I'm going to look that up right now.
Good
deliberate
television.
the sorry rules here.
Okay, slides. A piece which lands by exact count on the triangle of a slide of a different color slides directly to the round end of that slide.
So it's not your color.
Oh, so it's the okay.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. Which actually, so now that I think about it, actually, I'm pretty sure it's so like the green would just not have the green color
Correct.
on that particular slide in the newer version.
That makes sense.
So it actually, I think it's actually very similar to this version of Sorry, just a little bit, just looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot how Sorry worked, and it's just like literally drawing cards. You're like, all right, I move one space. You know,
Yep.
Again, no dice.
Nope.
no dice.
No dice.
Can't have that gambling aspect in your game.
Cards, no gambling whatsoever.
Then you have Yahtzee,
Yep.
which is
And
just gambling.
Yes, and they just draw the gambling like to themselves. Where there's variants of like casino Yahtzee and like Texas Hold'em Yahtzee.
But Yahtzee is like literally just gambling because you have like a straight, you have a large straight, a small straight, you have full house,
And man, it feels like gambling.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, it's a meta game about gambling in another medium
That's fair.
because you're doing poker hands
Mhm.
with dice.
Okay, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent.
Uh-oh.
Does anybody remember Go for Broke?
I remember that it was a thing.
It was basically a Monopoly style game, but the game wasn't intended to you get all the money. The game was you have to lose all your money.
Okay, I played the Mad Magazine board game, which had the same premise.
I remember the Mad Magazine. I don't remember the rules of Mad Magazine.
It was the opposite of Monopoly. It was just get rid of all of your money as fast as
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, and then they just kept giving you reasons to collect money.
Mhm.
Like you could play the stock market, and if you won a lot of money. But if you lost, obviously you lost your money. But
I thought I remember in the Mad Magazine game there was like a single bill that was like $1 million or something, and
That
if you got it,
sounds
you just like
so
were
familiar.
basically just you lost the game. Like there was nothing you could do about
I don't
that.
know that. So like I think I could be wrong. But I think my parents were like, "Oh, Mad Magazine, that's too secular. That's too
My dad bought
Unruly.
it to collect it.
what's that?
Unruly.
Unruly, yeah, for kids.
That's
so I didn't
fair.
get to play that very much.
My dad had bought the game to collect it. He thought it was going to be like a collector's edition kind of thing, and then we were like, we like this game, and we played it until the box fell apart.
That's amazing. No, I love Go for Broke because like you could play the stock market. You could what else was there? There was a casino that you could gamble away all your money. It was but like there also like it was like Monopoly. So like if somebody landed on your property, you had to collect rent. Like you couldn't not collect rent.
No, I see now. There's like I'm looking at this board. There's a wheel. There's two wheels. Well,
Is that the Go for Broke?
There's a roulette wheel. There's a normal spinning wheel, and
Yeah.
then there's like an upright wheel, like on The Price is Right.
Mm.
And then there's 3 dice. Like you are clearly going, pretty hard on this one. There's a bottle of booze on the board.
Ah!
That looks like a more modern version of the game. I don't remember, like, that looks way more colorful than I remember the game being as a kid. But it was, I remember enjoying the game because it was way more chill to try to lose all your money than it was to try to win all the money.
Yeah. like in real life.
With games like Monopoly, like when you play Monopoly, especially as a kid, like what was your experience with Monopoly as a kid?
I was so competitive.
Were you?
I was so competitive with
Dude,
Monopoly.
Here's the real question: how many house rules did you have?
I would give out predatory loans.
That's amazing.
That's not basically in the rules.
Yeah, fair enough.
Free parking.
Oh
Well-
yeah, free parking. So all your money goes in the center, and then when you hit free parking, you get the
anytime you had to
file.
pay
That makes
something to the
That
bank.
makes
But
the
there's
game
a-
go forever.
Common house rule: you throw a 500 in the middle to seed free parking every time it gets eaten.
So that wasn't actually a rule. Like the number of house rules in Monopoly that supersede
Mhm.
all the other rules in Monopoly actually make the game almost unplayable.
Yes. One rule that I never see anybody use, but is really core to making the game go, is the rule that if someone lands on a property that is unowned and then doesn't buy it, you are to auction that property off to the
Oh,
highest
that's right.
bidder.
Yes. Yeah.
And that makes the game just go.
Yeah.
That would
You
speed things way up.
Yes.
you either buy it or somebody else gets it for
For way
pennies
cheaper.
on the
Oh,
dollar.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that really makes it go.
It really does. And then you got to think, do I actually want to buy this property or do I want to let somebody else
Snap it up,
potentially,
yeah.
snap it up? No. So definitely when I played Monopoly as a kid, I wasn't ever taught how to play it properly. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I was like, even as an adult, I remember playing it with a group of friends. And it just went on for like 6 to 8 hours,
Mhm.
where you're just like, "Can we end this
Yes.
game?"
Like, when does this actually stop?
That and Risk.
Mm.
Do you remember Risk?
I remember a very long game of Risk we played one Christmas Eve.
That was
and-
Doctor Who Risk. Actually, I got it as a Christmas gift for Christmas Eve, and somebody specifically wanted to play until World Domination, and we're all just sitting there like, okay.
I lost that game pretty early, and I was on my phone for a while.
I still have that game. Risk can be fun. So there's so many different versions of Risk now, especially like I love Risk Godstorm, Risk 2210. Have you ever played 2210?
No.
Great version. I have it. We should play it sometime. It's a great version of Risk. It's like a futuristic version. And before the game even starts, you draw 3 cards, and they are nuclear wastelands.
Oh.
So like, there's just three areas on the map that aren't even available for people to walk, like to own.
Transit, yeah.
Yeah. And the first time I played this, actually, it was in the Americas. There's 2 lands, and then there's Greenland,
Okay.
and then Greenland goes to Iceland, and then Europe. And Greenland was available, but the 2 lands that went to Greenland weren't available. So like, you couldn't even, like, in order to own all of North America, you had to like go all the way through Europe to get Greenland. It was such a wild game.
Oh my gosh.
But no, 2210 is a great one. Godstorm is a great one. We actually have a version of Risk Legacy, which I think was the first Legacy game that they ever made. Are you familiar at all?
No.
No? There's a Risk Legacy. I'm pretty sure it was the first Legacy game that they... Are you familiar with Legacy games? So, are you familiar with Legacy games? You're not familiar with
This
Legacy
is a new
games?
term to me.
Legacy games...
Unless you mean classic, but yeah.
Legacy games are versions of, typically they're versions of existing games where there's a story, and the story progresses through different iterations of the game. So the more you play, the more story is developed. And one of the most popular versions of a Legacy game is Betrayal. So Betrayal on the House on the Hill has a Legacy version. It's a great game, but it's out of print. So if you're looking for a new version, it's like $150 for like an unopened version of Betrayal Legacy. But Risk was the first one ever. So every time you play the game changes just a little bit based off of the actions from the previous game. So if you won or you lost, or depending on what countries you owned and what continents you owned, might affect the game in future iterations of the game.
Okay.
And I actually have that, and I played a couple of them before COVID, and then COVID happened, and then everything changed after COVID.
Yeah.
We actually played Pandemic Legacy. Pandemic has 3 Legacy versions now. There's Pandemic Legacy Season 1, Pandemic Legacy Season 2, and then Pandemic Legacy Season 0, which is a prequel to the Season 1. And Season 1 was a lot of fun until COVID happened. And then it's like, oh no, this is too real. So we stopped playing.
That's fair. I remember playing the Pandemic app game for a little while.
No, was it actually Pandemic, or was that Oh, there was what was that called? Plague Inc.
Plague Inc. That's what it was.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
I remember playing
That
Plague
was,
Inc.
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I remember.
I just remember like making it the most subtle flu-like symptoms and just as high, like getting it around as possible. And then you're just like, massive organ failure, and then the whole earth dies.
Within days?
Yes.
Oh, man. If you haven't played Plague Inc., I definitely recommend Plague Inc. That's a fun one. That's not a family game necessarily, but it's definitely a lot of fun. So back to family games.
Yeah. Kerplunk.
Kerplunk? Oh,
I love Kerplunk.
Jesus. I remember that game.
It's so good.
What was it? It was a bunch of balls.
So it's a tube, and there's a bunch of holes, and you have a bunch of sticks going through the tubes, and then you put the balls on top of the sticks, and you slowly remove the sticks, and they start falling through.
And anytime a ball drops all the way to the bottom, you have to collect it.
Yeah, if it's on your turn, it's your ball. And so if you could make them all fall all at once, then...
And you just kind of like put the sticks in randomly, right?
Yes, exactly.
I remember trying to put the sticks in like, so like you would put it in on one side, and then like try to bend it up and put it through the other side.
Yeah.
So there was the most random assortment of sticks.
Yes.
I haven't thought about that game in so long.
And much like Battleship, there was a flashing light and sound version 2002 called Electronic Super Kerplunk.
Okay. So what was Electronic Super Kerplunk?
It was literally just the exact same game, but when you pulled a stick out, it made a noise, and anytime a ball fell down, it would make a noise. So it's like you pull the thing, ball falls, and it goes...
So it didn't like change the game at all.
No, not at all. It just
literally.
just added like functionality to it.
So we can sell it to the kids.
Exactly.
That is amazing.
And there was a recent version tied into the Jurassic World movie where instead of balls, it's little raptors. It's just a bunch of little velociraptors. That's it. I don't know how it connects in any way. Maybe there's a scene in part of the movie where, like, I don't know what could possibly happen.
I haven't seen the newest. We're talking about the newest
Jurassic World, yeah.
The newest Jurassic World movie.
I don't know which one it was tied into specifically. It was one of them.
That's I haven't thought about Kerplunk in probably 30 years, to be perfectly honest.
Unlock that memory for you.
You did. That's such a wild memory. I vividly remember that game, though.
Choking hazard the game.
Because they were all sticks and little balls, so no, legitimately. So we all remember the gateway game, Apples to Apples.
Yes.
And obviously there's the adult version of Apples to Apples known as Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
But like Apples to Apples is the one you either play at church or with your family.
So many camps, church camps.
Oh
where you
my
play some
god!
apples to apples.
Oh, and honestly, it's still a fun game. Have you played Apples to Apples recently?
Yeah.
Like it still has good. It can still be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely more of a family-friendly version of a lot of very popular games.
And it's funny because Cards Against Humanity is kind of like an adult version of Apples to Apples. Now there is a children's version of Cards Against Humanity called Don't Get Grounded.
No.
Yes. And it's more like gross, snotty little kid humor rather than poop and snot.
Fart, yeah.
It's that kind of stuff.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Clue. How often did you play Clue as a kid?
Surprisingly often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I liked me some Clue.
was never good at it.
I developed some strats. You know, you pick two cards that are in your hand and a card that you think is in the thing, and it goes around the whole table. And then you go, oh, I've confirmed that nobody has this card, so it has to be in the thing, and so you can do it early like that.
I played Clue recently, but it was a D&D version of Clue.
Okay.
So all the cards were different than I'm familiar with,
Oh.
and I had a card in my hand that several people asked for. But since I wasn't familiar with the cards, I was like, no, I don't have that card.
Wow.
Turns out I had that card. And I ruined the game for like 3 or 4 different people. That was my
That's so
last
funny.
experience with Clue, to be perfectly honest.
That's brutal.
I was actually looking at my bookshelves today. I realized I have the Critical Role Clue.
They have a version?
Yep, I'm going to bring it in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We should play that sometime. What about the movie? Do you remember the movie?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I
You've not seen the movie? Have you seen the movie?
Tim
Clue?
Curry.
Tim
Oh.
Curry.
I've heard of this because they released it with different endings. Didn't they?
Amazing movie. And I'm pretty sure if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when they released the movie in theaters, they didn't tell people that there were different endings.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, my experience was solely on VHS tape.
Oh, Meg.
And we probably watched the movie twice for every time we actually played the game.
Clue is such a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it.
Let's check it out. I didn't
Amazing
know
movie.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry does an amazing job as who does he play? Mr.
butler.
Body?
Yeah,
No, he
Mr.
doesn't play
Body.
Mr. Body.
Mr. Body, yeah.
No, Mr. Body was the person who died. He played
Oh.
Mr. Body's servant.
Butler.
What's it? Not servant. What's it called? Butler. Yeah, Mr. Body's butler. And it's just so amazing. I definitely recommend it. Go home and watch it. Like I don't know what streaming service it's on, but
I'll probably
like
sleep first. But
what's that?
I'll probably sleep first.
Yeah. No, you and Lindsay should definitely watch Clue the movie. Absolutely fantastic. One of the most popular games that we have on our game shelf, and this is like hands down, I see this game at least one time every Friday and Saturday is using Hues and Cues.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played this?
I own that game.
You own this game?
Mm.
This is actually my version of this game. And I don't know. I just didn't have enough people. Like my Ruth's family loved. Like we would play this game with Ruth's family, but we just didn't really have a lot of people. The people that I play board games with likes the more complicated style board games. But this game has been played so many times that the board is now in like 4 different pieces. We've had to let this air out so many times because like drinks get poured on this all the time. Hues and Cues is such a great game, to be perfectly honest.
It's a very good game.
It's a great family game. It's a great party game if you're looking for a great game with friends, but definitely a great family game. They recommend 8+, which obviously is great for kids, but this is a more modern one. Definitely didn't grow up with this game.
You can find out who in your friends has, the most color vision and can distinguish against the most colors.
True.
Some of your friends are like, "What do you mean that's plum and that's like a purple? Like they're the same."
Or just like the ability to visualize things, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not what that character in animation looks like at all. So this is a great game to play with your kids, with your friends,
Enemies,
your enemies, random acquaintances that
naval
you just,
officers,
parole officers. I definitely recommend this game. Again, this is I've thought about like actually going online and buying more versions of this game because it gets played so often.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know. Is that ice cream on the? What is that right there? Like that's
Is it a bird going there?
It could be a bird. There's something on the box. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so in general, we have a lot of great games that you can play with your family, whether they're you have 8-year-old kids or
99-year-old kids,
20-year-old kids. A lot of these games are 8+, 10+ games. A lot of them, like I said, Sorry. I grew up with Sorry. We all grew up with Clue, Trouble, lots of and even the modern ones like Boop.
Yeah,
that
I
you
was thinking like Boop.
Have you played Boop?
Mm-mm.
It's a fun, silly.
That's rated 10 and up.
Yeah, no, it's a very simple game. The cats can't sit next to each other, so like every time you place a cat, they just scatter. But then you're supposed to also get like 3 cats. Anyway, it's like simply complex. Does that make sense? Like it's complex in its simplicity.
Minutes to learn, decades to master.
A lifetime.
Lifetime, yeah.
Not. I think
But yeah,
Pat Morita was the ad read on that, maybe. Or
I don't remember. I've heard that before said about things. I don't know.
I wish I could remember which game that was, but that was definitely a game.
Hours to learn, a lifetime to master.
Seconds
to learn, a lifetime to master. Yeah.
Was it Connect 4?
Oh, hey, Connect 4. We have a giant Connect 4 board as well. which can be played at any time, even if you're not sitting next to it.
Othello, yes.
Othello. Why do I remember that game?
That's a good game.
Is that the?
It looks like Go, kind of.
Okay. Wait, that's the one where you're trying to
You're
like.
flipping the colors over. Yep.
Yeah, I remember
Whenever
one.
you surround pieces, you get to flip them over.
I remember a game called. It wasn't Dominion because that's the deck building game.
It's a fun game.
But there's another one, very similar to Othello, where like if your piece touched another color, you got to flip that to meet your color, and it was not Dominion. I do not remember the name. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can look it up real quick before we get off of here, because that's another core memory that I've just unlocked now. Othello style games. Othello style games.
I played a lot of Scrabble growing up.
Have you played different variations of Scrabble?
I played Word Up.
Have you ever heard of Take Two?
No.
Take Two. So you use a Scrabble, bananagrams.
Oh yeah.
I think it's. I actually don't know if I've ever played bananagrams, but I'm pretty sure it's very similar to bananagrams, where basically you're building your own crossword in front of you, and then every time you finish it, you get to take two, and you take two more tiles and have to fit that into your little. So it's like a speed version of Scrabble.
Cool. Also, I realize now it's not Word Up; it's Upwards.
Word up. Cut that. That didn't happen. I'm sorry, guys.
I forgive you.
All right. I'm not finding that game. Anyway, lots of great family games to play here at Dirty 20. And even if you're not here to play games, we are a family-friendly establishment. We encourage you to bring your families, play games, or don't, and just enjoy the quality food and drinks that we have here at Dirty 20.
Including a kids menu.
Including the kids menu. So if you're looking for a great place to spend the evening with your family, definitely check us out. I recommend it. Not just because I own the place, but because I think our food is actually pretty fantastic. And
Games are all free.
What's that?
Games are all free.
Games are all free. The game collection that we have is free to play. You don't need to pay any additional fees. We only ask that you treat it like you would your own game collection at home, because they all are community donated. And obviously, like games like Hughes and Q's that get abused, it's going to happen. Anyway, join us at Dirty 20 for your next game night, whether that's with your 10-year-old kids or your 30-year-old kids. Enjoy a great game at Dirty 20 Bar. So, anyway, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Well, good night.
Good night.
What is that game?
Which is awesome because I forgot to clear my cards on this one.